warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Uh, Let me introduce myself. My name is Febriyani. You can call me Febri. Uh, I am second year civil engineering. I'm student from Indonesia.
Mm,
Now, could you please introduce yourself, just your name and where you from?
Yeah, of course. My name is Ahrar, and I'm originally from India, and I study like a psychologist, pursuing masters in the psychology.
Okay.
Right.
Uh, Awesome. Thank you. Now let's begin in the question.
Okay.
This is number one. What are some unique traditional or costume in your country?
Okay. It's like when you talk about the country, there are the different parts of the country. There are the different peoples who are having different religions, who are having different cultures, who are having different ethnic groups. As I'm talking about my community, which is I'm from particularly from Jammu and Kashmir. So yeah, our culture is like we are Muslims and we're called Kashmiris. So we're called
Ah,
Kashmiris. So our culture is like we wore farran. We wore a dress in winters that's called a farran. Okay, that's in our
okay.
culture. That's in our heritage. And sometimes we make a dish that's called a harsa. We make a dish that's our cultural dish. Okay, and another dish that's called when you make something special about when guests visit your home. Okay, we give them beef, a beef like with an Lipton tea.
Ah, that's right. Nice, good.
Of course.
And next question for two. What's cultural? Oh, udah ya. Can you tell me a bit about your country and its culture?
Yeah, it's the country where I live in. It's called India. India is a diverse, like a diverse country. It has a vast cultures. It has a vast ethnic groups, as I told you. Yeah, different people living different in different cultures in different regions of the India. So it is not difficult, but although it is difficult to find a particular culture in a particular group. But yeah, as I told you, like my culture is we were Farran, we make some special dishes. So yeah, although our country accepts secularism means where your religion is equally respectable, or any religion is equally respectable, and that you will find in our country. That's true. So this is, I think, it's also called the democratic country. Our India is also called the democratic country. So yeah, it's the most beneficial culture in India.
Ah, that's right. Uh, Next, daily life and
Okay.
lifestyle. What does a typical day look like in your country?
Like, as I talk about in a particular part of my like Jammu and Kashmir, the difficult days like are the winter days, because it finds like sometimes you won't get like a proper food, you won't get a proper diet, and sometimes there are the lot of rains, heavy rain, a lot of snow. It's when sometimes it's snowy and it's very difficult to go out from your house, so you remain house for a long period of time, at least from December to February. It's a period of harsh winter. So yeah, those are the difficult days.
Oh, that's right. Next, how do people usually spend weekends or holiday in your culture?
In our culture, in particularly in Jammu and Kashmir, the people spend their holidays like, this is the part of the our country, this is the part of the India where the summer exists only very least period, but a winter exists for a long period of time. Like if you talk about the Kashmir where I live, the winter remains almost Harsh winter remains almost from December to February. Then from February to June, it's mid like some not snowy, but it's rainy, it's cold and all things. And from June to August, it's like summer. And those 3 months it's like summer. And then after again after August to December, it's cold, mid type that. So we spend usually when we get winter vacations, we spend usually like doing in our home. We prefer to be in our home. And as like the people who are still in their schools, in their high schools or in their college, but the people like who are doing something masters or who are pursuing some degree out of their region, out from Jammu and Kashmir, yeah, they spend their holidays to go for the Ladakh, to go for the Manali and enjoy themselves.
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah.
next question. Education and
Okay.
university life. What is university life like in your country?
The university life is first when you go out from the college, then you have to choose a subject. Like for example, you choose the Urdu. Like we have the lots of subject: Urdu, English, psychology, Arabic. Whatever you subject choose, whatever your interest is in which subject. So you choose that subject, then go to the university. Before going to the university, you have to give the entrance examination, and when you pass
Oh,
out that entrance examination, then you will enter into that university. It's not like that you will do private. No, it's mandatory. It's mandatory. You have to give entrance examination for a particular university in which you are interested in the with along with your subject. Then you can be in your university.
oh, that's right. What did you study or your country studying?
Like I study psychology, and I'm in class 12th. I have a lot of subjects. I'm interested in a lot of subjects like history, politics, English, sociology, and psychology. But most
Oh,
of my interest in psychology, so that's why I prefer psychology over all the subjects.
that's right. That's
Yes.
major, great major. Uh, and question four, tourist and travel. What place in your country will you recommended to visiting to visiting?
Yeah, for visiting, like I by myself, like as per my experience, as I have seen my part of country, yeah, there are a lot of tourist places in our country who are most beautiful. But this part of the region where I live, it's called heaven on earth. It's called paradise on earth. So I prefer tourists to be here, to be this part of India, so they can explore a very vast tourist places, so they can know more about the nature.
Ah, okay. What's your most memorable travel experience you have?
Most memorable
Most memorable travel experience, memory travel.
travel.
Yeah.
Memory
Uh,
travel. Yeah, like with my as when I was in the 10th class, and we go at that time we visited a place called Pahalgam, and that's in our part of country, in our part of region in Jammu and Kashmir. So and that place is called Pahalgam with my schoolmates along with my teachers, and we had a lot of fun there, and it was really fantastic. I can't forget that. That was really amazing.
wow, it's amazing, yeah. Next question
Yeah.
for five. Language and communication. What challenge did you face when learning English?
As a beginner, when I started learning English, I find the difficulties in first when I was not sure about that should I learn English or whatever. I'll make the mistakes. There were a lot of thoughts in my mind. How do I get the better in the English language? How do I speak very fluently? How do I speak very boldly the English language? And the first confusion I got in my mind was this: like I was the first challenge which I faced was the grammar. I was
Mm,
thinking that how should I perfect my grammar? Should I say say this word? Should I say that word? And a lot of stuffs was continuously, I was thinking all of that stuff. But yeah, when later on I calm myself, I told myself that everything is possible. When you have to make it, you can do. So it's like never give up. And so I work hard for it to learn the English and go through the various movies. I watch various movies with subtitles, or I watch various movies, the English movies. Then by reading newspaper, by reading articles, by reading blogs on phones. And then the outcome or the ultimate conclusion that here I am, I'm learning English, not very well, but I can communicate easily.
Yeah, okay. Are there eh, are there any interesting experience in your language that don't translate well into English?
Like, sorry, what? I repeat it again.
Are there any interesting experience in your language that don't translate well into English? Into English?
And our experience, like, when someone, in our language, it's like, when someone is in really big trouble, when someone feels very low, when someone is in depression, in anxiety, in a lot of pain, and he's or she is really facing hardships. And so it's like all of that stuff, a person and another person who is like beloved to him or who is beloved to her, will go to her or will go to him, and he or she will tell him that in our language. I will firstly tell in our language. He or she will tell in a near kishchun sahle chu khuda sab kar sahle. It's like in our language. And when we translate it, it's like, may the Almighty Allah will keep things very calm, keep things very curious. So don't be panic. Everything which is written will be good in your life. So it's everything, just put it on Almighty Allah and move on.
Oh, mashallah. And number six, question number six, food and culinary
Mhm.
culture. What's your favorite traditional food from your country? What else?
Like the traditional food is, we usually eat four times a day. Okay, 4 times a day. In first the morning we do a breakfast. We drink a special tea that's in our culture, that's called noon chai. Noon chai,
Nun,
a tea
nun
but
chai.
with salt. Noon chai, tea
Ah,
with salt. Okay,
yeah.
tea with salt. We make the salty tea. Okay, with that. And in the afternoon we eat rice. Okay,
Rice cake?
with some, with different dishes, with different dishes, like with cabbage, with cucumber, and yeah, with carrot, with onion, with potato, yeah.
Ah,
And it's like this, which is. And then
in.
again at, when it's time 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., we again drink the tea that is salty tea, tea with salt.
Mm,
And then in the dinner as same, rice with cabbage. That's a traditional, that's traditional. If you, when you talk about drink, in like what we drink, traditional drink is like nun chai, that's called salty tea. And traditional food, like we usually eat in afternoon or in dinner, it's like rice with different dishes with onion, potato, all that thing.
oh, I think it's delicious.
Yeah, of course, it's delicious.
That sounds
Come
good.
here come here someday, we'll give you and taste.
Inshallah.
And
Uh, Next. Uh, is food culture an important part of social life in your country?
what? Sorry, repeat it again.
Is food is food culture an important part of social life in your country?
Is food what? I'm not hearing
Is
it
food
properly.
is food culture an important part of social life in your country? Part of social
Is
in your
food culture?
country?
Food. Is it
Yep,
food culture? Food.
yep.
Uh, like the food we eat.
Wait,
The food
masa?
we eat. It's the food culture. You are talking food culture.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, the food culture, it is important part of the social life in our country, because everybody, like, as I told you in very beginning of this conversation, that the different people have the different culture, because although India is a diverse in country, so there exists a lot of cultures, there exists a lot of people, there is a lot of groups. So yeah, like, they have their we have our own cultural food. They have other people's of the part of the India who are living in other parts, they have their own cultural like, food. And yeah, so it makes them apart, it makes them different from other culture, and yeah, it makes them unique.
Ah, that's right. I see.
So it is
Okay.
important.
Next number 7. Value
Okay.
and social norms. What what do people in your country usually value and social interaction?
In social,
What do people in your country usually value in social interaction? Yeah.
interaction, for the interaction, like when you talk about the social interaction, so it's like, yeah, everyone seems good, and we know, as we are Muslims, we know that people also have the bad side and people also have the good side. So it's like, it's at the time when you talk about good in front of that people, like you are having conversation like we are having, when you talk about good things, the conversation will remain good, the conversation will remain fantastic. But but if there comes a point when we start like sledging each other, or not sledging, when we start like criticizing each other, then the things will get spicy, then we will control, then the controversy starts, then the conflict starts. So it's everywhere, I think it exists in every culture.
Oh, the same, yeah. Next question. How do people typical greet each other in your country? Culture, bukan country. No, no, no country or eh. How do people typical greet each other in your culture?
How the people
How do people typical greet each other in your culture? Each,
typical that
each,
I don't
each,
understand.
each other,
I
each
don't
other.
understand, can you each other, how did people
How do people typical greet each other in your culture? H,
literally,
E, A,
I know that,
E,
like, in
C.
very first, I understand the question, but in very first, how the people typical or something. What is that word?
Typical greet each other in your culture.
Sorry, can we move to the next question? I'm not able to understand this.
Ah, that's right. Next question, number 8. Student life and youth culture. What do young people in your
Student.
country? What do you fif- What do young people
Yeah, it,
in your country usually do for fun?
do for fun. Like, it's like, usually in our country, like, about, as I talk about my culture in my part of the country, it's like we usually do for the fun. We play cricket. We play cricket. We play football, we play volleyball, and for the fun, and we go like to the relatives to spend a quality time with each other.
Ah,
And it's like, and when, like, because we don't go far, like we don't visit some some tourist places, most because, as I told you, it's very winter, it remains almost winter season, it remains almost cold season throughout the year. So it's like, but when you talk about the rest part of the Indians, India, it's, yeah, they visit sometimes a lot of to the lot of tourist places to like for the fun.
that's right. It's so
Yes.
fun. Next
Yeah.
question. How do students in your country express their opinions or concurs concert? concerns?
Like student when we talk about, there are the different age groups, like the students who are up to 10th, and the students who go up to high schools, high secondary schools, then the students who go up to college. If you talk about the students who are up to 10th, they generally don't have that much capacity that they can share their opinion, what is wrong and what is right, the almost. But when you talk about the students who are from 10th to 12th, who are in high secondaries, yeah, they know what to do. Said, and also the psychology says, as they know the decision, they begin to know how to deal with the things. But they have one that's called one disadvantage, in their lives, or in their life at that time, in that phase is particular. I'm talking about the students who are from 10th to 12th, who are in their high schools. That's the particular. They have one disadvantage in this phase of life, is like they have the hormonal imbalance. They get excess of everything. When they want something, they will do everything. They don't think whether it is wrong or it is right. Like most of the people, they don't think whether it is wrong, it's right. They go for, they want that thing. So it's like this. And when you talk about after like a high school, and the persons who are in the college, and they know they are enough mature to deal with the things, how to deal with the right things, how to deal with the wrong things, and they begin. It's how the age difference creates the different types of opinions.
Ah, that's right. Next question. Number 7. Comparative question. What are you some what are some what are some similarities of difference you've noticed between your country and Indonesian?
Like, I think Indonesian, I don't know much about the Indonesia, but as I know, is first thing that differences that makes the difference in between your country and our country, that is language, that is culture, that is food, and that is different types of ethnic groups, different types of mindsets of the people. So it's like this, different types of the education system, whether what type of system it is, it makes the difference between your country and our country. But yeah, but when we talk about on the global level, we don't see the difference. Like, we see the differences on the GDP level, we see the differences on the education level. It's like this. But yeah, although according as per my experience, or as per my concern, or as per my opinion, I would like to say that each country has its own enormous or ethnic groups that makes that country unique.
Ah, that's right. Okay, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Next question. What was your biggest culture shocks when you arrived here?
What was the biggest
Culture shocks when you arrived here? Arrived here?
arrived here? What was the biggest? Sorry, what is that word? What was the biggest?
Culture shock. Culture shock when you arrived here.
Can you write it? Can you write it? Can you write it in my text?
Um. Ah. Next question aja.
Okay.
Lempar. Jadi, is there anything you admire about Indonesia culture?
Like, I don't, as I told you, I don't know about much of the Indonesian culture. But
Hmm.
yeah, I will get to know with time. I will get to know. Like, I will search it on Google. I may, like, I might concern Google or some books or some persons to know about your culture. Then I can tell.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Last question for 10. Future aspiration and global perspective. Uh, Question: What are your goals for the future? What are your goals for the future?
Future.
Yeah.
What are your goals for the future? My goals for the future to become, first, to become the successful person, as all it's all person's dream to become successful in his life.
Okay.
And then the like it's the first, but with context with regarding to the Islam. As we know, we have to give our first priority to the Islam because we know the ultimate truth. There's no except my belief is or our belief is that la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. There's no one but except there's
Mashallah.
no one God but except Allah. So our first belief should be like that, as whatever I'm doing should be should be in limits that the God, that the Almighty Allah has sent sent to us by the messenger Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's like, and to become successful, but within limits, within a norm, within this within norms. So yeah, and then second, to make my parents happy as much as I can, because they have given me a lot, and even in return I cannot return them as 1%, but I'll make myself 100% better to make them happy as much as they may can or more.
Mashallah. Allah beloved hearts. I guess, yeah.
Mm. Thank
And last question. Uh, how do you see your role as global citizen? How do you see your role as a global citizen?
Yeah, a global citizen, when you talk about the global citizen, I see myself as a person who is struggling for his life to become good, or to become a good man with having good character. It's all that a person wants.
Okay. Finish.
Yeah, well finished.
Uh, that's all. That was all my question. Thank you so much for your time and scans. Your answers really helped me understand different cultures better, and I'm sure my lecture will enjoy this too. I hope can stay connected. Have a great day and greetings from Indonesia.
Same here. It was really pleasure meeting, talking to you. Nice to
Okay.
meet you too, man.
Nice to meet you. Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you.
Okay.
Bye.
Terima kasih ya. Thank you. Bye bye.
Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.